Alright, so this is the first video I've uploaded in a while, and we're going to be doing fire signs. So this is for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, collective reading. What does Aries, Leo, Sagittarius need to know? What does Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius need to know right now? So fire signs, you might be finding yourself in a sticky situation at the moment. So this could be that you feel that somebody is betraying you, or you're trying to get out of a certain situation. We have Strength reversed and Page of Cups upright. So in this situation, you may be feeling, so there's going to be a few different storylines depending on who's watching. So take what resonates and leave what does not. For some of you, you might be trying to get out of a situation where you feel stuck. You feel like there's just closed doors around you. And even if you put all of your effort into something, that it's just not, the doors just aren't open in this situation for you. And there might even be children involved with the Page of Cups. So for some of you, for some of the collective, you're trying to leave a situation maybe for your children or to better your children. And I do see, the sword is air energy, so it's in your head energy. There might be a decision that needs to be made surrounding your current situation. And for whatever reason, you may feel like you need to do this kind of like keep this to yourself as you're making these decisions. We have the Sun reverse on top of Strength reverse. So a lot of you might be Leos or dealing with a Leo. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So for a lot of you fire signs in your situation, you feel like everyone is fighting you or everything is fighting you. Or you feel like there's just some sort of conflict here that is tricky to deal with. You're trying to figure out how to deal with this situation. So let's pull 3 more cards to clarify. We have Temperance reversed, Hierophant, and Death. So those are 3 major arcana cards. So you may feel tethered to someone, like connected to someone or bound to somebody. And you're not sure. There's a person in your life that you're connected to that's forcing you to go through this death. Like not a literal physical death, but in a death of your past self. It's forcing you to step into shedding your old layers in a very drastic way. Let's pull 3 more cards to get some more information. All right, we have the 5 of Wands reversed, the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups. So for many of you, I feel like you're dealing with a conflict and it just doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel like there's an evil give and take. I meant to say equal give and take, so that's interesting. It doesn't feel like there's an equal partnership, an equal relationship in this, but you could be dealing with somebody who is manipulative into making you feel like things are equal when they actually are not. Yeah, and the 4 of Wands kind of confirms. 3 of Wands reversed, the Fool, Knight of Pentacles reversed. It's like you're not naive enough to just do something drastic and crazy and impulsive because you know that that's not going to work out in your favor. So it's kind of forcing you to be a little bit strategic in a sense of, instead of being impulsive and just saying your feelings and whatever's on your mind, you're having to kind of be more strategic and plan and maybe disconnect from people who you thought you could trust, which can be difficult. What is the advice for fire signs right now? Some more energy I'm picking up on is as we go into the month of April, there are a whole lot of signs in Aries. So that's very ambitious energy. You can really kind of use that energy if you're someone that's trying to like plan your next move or plan your future and you need some new energy to get started. Like if you're starting a new project, April will be a really good time to do that. All right, what is the advice for fire signs right now? Six of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Swords, and Strength reversed. So this is interesting. This, for the advice for fire signs is if you are part of the collective that's in a situation right now where you do not feel like there's an equal exchange, an equal energy exchange, however your relationship dynamic is set up, there's something about it that is just off. There's not an equal exchange like should be happening. Your advice is to granted, I know this card can also mean worse things, but in this situation, your advice is to just kind of not be impulsive and not necessarily, piss the person you're dealing with off, but to kind of just think and connect with what is best for you in this moment and just aligning your actions with what is best for you as opposed to whoever this person is that is causing an imbalance. And with Strength reversed, it's, maybe not necessarily fighting this person, maybe not showing them all of your moves and all of your strength, kind of keeping that strength within, not in an egotistical or show-offy way, but just having that inner strength within to kind of push you through to this next step. For the second part of the fire sign collective, let's pull your advice because not everybody's going to be in that same situation. So let's see. We have Temperance reversed, the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles. So for others of you, this is saying like stop stalling on something, like you're being too patient. Actually, if you're somebody that's in a good situation with the Hierophant here and the King of Pentacles, you could have somebody who's very stable, and stop hesitating on this person. Like if there's somebody, this is pretty much the opposite of the rest of the fire sign collective that we just did, but if you have somebody in your life that is very stable for you and good for you, stop holding back from this person. So for those of you that are in a toxic situation with somebody that you're supposed to have some sort of partnership with, be strategic, and you need to let go and distance yourself from this person. But for those of you that are with somebody, who has been stable for you, who has been in this Hierophant energy, this devoted energy, like if they've been devoted and stable to you, stop holding back. Make sure to show your appreciation and make sure to put the same kind of energy flow into this person. Make sure, so the theme for all fire signs is just make sure the relationships you're in, whatever kind of relationships those may be, that there's an equal energy exchange happening. And that doesn't mean that it will be equal all of the time, but like, some days someone might be able to give 80%, well, the other person gives 20%, and that's just how it is sometimes. But as long as in the end, there's a give and take energy. If in a relationship there is not, then that's your sign that it is toxic and something needs to give. So if that, with someone to be with people, that you just got to be strategic in how you handle that. Do what is aligned with what's best for you. Don't worry about, pettiness or anything like that. It's time to kind of just pull your feelings in and take action in what needs to be done.